come right in and I go into the nose, bridge of the nose or something like that, that's doable. Most likely I could hit my patella or the top of my tendons here on his chin, okay? Hard against hard, that's tendon for injury. Here, knowing that we've got temple, we've got lateral side of the neck, things like that, all I have to do is, at this point, I got the time, I've got him, his balance is gone, I just turn the head to the side, boom, I get everything. Okay? Just a simple thing, and that's what these injuries give you. They give you the time to take a target and say, okay, you know, how can I put the most damage on him and the least amount of potential injury to me? So that's just one thing. But it was a great takedown.
Is it because the side of the head is softer, or you snapping the neck at the same time?
Oh, well, you can do both. What I was just showing was we were just going against the temple. It was one of the things we showed yesterday. Meaning, it's a nice flat surface of the skull. It's a good viable target, and the potential to what we talked about yesterday were potential to you never want to put an injury on yourself, potential injury on yourself if you make changes. And we'll go over some of those things later on today. All I was just showing is I saw your knee come up and there's just a potential for you to get right into that chin, which you wouldn't feel it. That's the difference. What would happen is you hit it, you get your reaction, you go, but then you go to take a walk and all of a sudden, you know, you have a debilitated leg.
When we strike in the back, like doing how the knee strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts.
Oh yeah,
It hurts.
yeah.
I can imagine somebody, you know, hard head.
That's just
I always thought of that.
That's the key.
It's probably good for maybe one good knee.
Exactly.
You better take him out.
And then if you got more people to deal with and you're hobbled, you know, that's screwed, you know. So that's all.
Suspect.
Yeah, all we're talking about is just, or now you put a burden on the other officers because they got to take care of you now, you know, because they got to not only worry about their situation, but they know you're hobbled. So it's just a tactically way, you know, tactically thinking, okay, targeting yields me more than just the result. It also makes sure that it takes care of myself at the same time. So.
I get my first target here, and then let's say I go ahead and decide to get ankle and go here. And then the idea now is getting up wastes time. Because if I'm going to actually spend the time to get, this is motion that I should have been using to get something done here to take care of the guy. Okay, because what was happening, thank you very much. What was happening, I saw you do it a couple times. You get that initial injury, and then you'd scramble to your feet to then do the injuries after that. It's unnecessary. You don't need to. Go ahead and get that initial injury. You'll get your reaction. Look at what targets come to you, and then go ahead and injure those. And then in the course of doing that, if you can end up back on your feet, terrific. But it's not necessary to be on your feet in order to cause injury to the guy. And you just got to remember that the time you spend getting up is time he spends. If you've injured him, it's time he's going to spend finishing that reaction and getting control over his.
To date, everything that you can find in literature, all training methodologies that are out there, are focused on the idea of the duel. All right, where two people agree to some level to get into a violent act. All right, that he and I both know the score, that we square off on the street or more readily out on the open field. You know, and the thing that has not been codified because it is morally and socially reprehensible is the idea of you going after somebody who has no idea you're about to do them. All right? That has not been written down. It has an oral tradition that's been passed around amongst the convicts and the barbarians throughout history. Okay? It's an important idea, a distinction that we want to have here. You want to make sure that the guy you're about to do this to has no idea that you know what's about to happen. You don't want to throw up your hands against the guy who just finally escaped from prison, has enough notches on his belt and a couple of badges at home as souvenirs. You don't want to give that guy the idea that you know what the score is and that you're ready to get it on, toe to toe. It's not the situation you want because those people know how to cheat. All right, and this is really what this is all about. This is about cheating at the duel, okay, causing injuries. Back in the day, you could take a shot in the leg and quit. You don't have to duel anymore. You could become a prisoner of war. There's things that you were allowed to do that were socially acceptable that allowed you to even avoid the combat in the first place. This is not those instances. Society is broken down. The rules that allow us to do these things, the things that allow us to look at each other, square up, and start getting ready like this, these are the sorts of things that are social in nature, and they have completely fallen apart. At the time that we hit level 5, those are no longer going to solve the problems. So if I see you guys getting ready to go hit your partner here, you're defaulting to the wrong game. All right? That is a duel. This is not dueling. This is about, as we already said, destroying another human being. And yes, it's socially reprehensible. It is the only thing that allows the person who's doing it to stay alive. At the end of the day, you need to injure this man the same way he intends to injure you, because it's the only tool that will solve this problem. All right? So I want to make it clear, when you get with your partner, I don't want to see you guys getting to this position and then getting ready to go. If you end up down on the ground and your next partner's here, I don't want to see you guys getting ready to then go. I want to see you going from where you are. If you finish with one partner and you're right here, you're smacking this guy in the groin. The last thing he needs to know is that you're ready to fight. He wants to think you've got your back to you. You've got your back to him. You're unaware of what's going on. He's going to start choking you, whatever else that is going on. He puts his hand on me. Whatever it is, he's here like this. I want to make sure that the next thing that he gets out of this is an injury. All right? If I spend any of my time trying to get to this position right here, I'm the one getting poked in the eye. I'm the one getting kicked in the groin. I'm the one being, having a ruptured eardrum. So I want to make it very clear, you will go from where you are while we're doing this free fighting.
I got a guy like this, I got to assume that he knows everything I know, if not more. I don't want to find out how good he is. Okay? What allows me not to find out how good he is or give him a chance to do something to me is I get my injury. And also, I don't want to be lifting this guy up. I don't want to be lifting a dummy like that over there. I don't want dead weight. And what's nice is these injuries produce mass. When Chris was moving me, you saw when my throat went up. I was up in the air like that. It would have been simple work to get that groin injury in me and just lift me and just dump my head on the concrete. I had no ability to do anything other than react at that point, and my mass was going away from the injury. Okay, so this is how you get past the bigger, faster, stronger. This is the equalizer. Injuries are the equalizer. And the best way to get injuries is to hit these targets. Okay? So that's what we're trying to do. Because again, guys, we can't control. I mean, it'd be nice if we're always going against smaller, slower, weaker people. But, and it would be nice if all of our partners were monsters, bigger than us. But we never know who we're going to be working with. So it's nice to train in a system that allows you to have everybody work at the same level. I feel, I think the funniest thing in the world is I walk into a place with instructors and they think, oh shit, he's the big guy. I start laughing. This is who you don't want to fucking screw around with right here. I go, at least I'll be semi-nice to you. I go, this guy will show absolutely no mercy. That's just it. And that's the idea behind it is once you have this knowledge, that's it. You look across the board, you don't look at it from a bigger, faster, stronger standpoint, because you find out in the world of violence that has very little relevance. But it only has very little relevance if you take that away from the other guy. Okay? And you got to take it away. If you don't get the injury, you're not taking that away from him. Okay? So this is not some superhuman feat that we just showed you that allows you to look. It does. It looks very impressive. And it looks like you're very strong in what you're doing. It has nothing to do with strength. This guy's throwing his body weight around for you. You're just guiding it with injuries.